Welcome back. As we promised, we are going to speak about this initiative, Little Hands, how we should and what are our duties regarding or towards our children to raise them in a way that guarantee that they are going to lead a happy life and to be that much fit, whether mentally, psychologically, or physically. And we are going to have this phone call with the founder of Little Hands campaign or initiative, Mrs. Virginia Hany, former Miss Egypt. Thank you very much for being with us, Virginia, and I would like first to congratulate you over the wonderful campaign.
Thank you so much, and good morning.
Let's talk in the first place about the idea itself, how the idea itself came to your mind to have this campaign, and what were the goals of this campaign in your mind since the very first moment.
So it all started when I first won Miss Egypt Grand International, and I had this responsibility towards Egypt. And also through my work in Germany, I'm a banking consultant at Ernst & Young in Germany. And I'm there also responsible for the corporate social responsibility, where we did some events for kids, giving them some tips on life, also reading some books with them. And through these sessions, I saw how big our impact is on these children, which also gave me a sense of responsibility towards children and Egypt. So I wanted to be able to do what we're doing in Germany, in Egypt as well, and mix both of my passions. So the Little Hands campaign aims to raise awareness about the impact of upbringing in on the children's mental health. Its goals include spreading awareness among children through age-appropriate workshops, reaching teenagers and young adults through discussion groups, and educating parents through seminars in schools. The campaign focuses on the psychological impact of words on children and aims to reduce the negative cycle of emotional harm.
Then do you have age categories, or you're starting from?
Yes, so the campaign targets all age groups, starting from children to teenagers and young adults, and extending to parents and teachers. This wide range is chosen to ensure a comprehensive awareness, as the psychological impact of words affects individuals from a young age and can have a very long-lasting effect into adulthood.
I think your campaign faced or still facing some challenges, let me call it this way, not difficulties, let's say challenges, because this age is the age of modern technologies, of all the time having children looking at the screens, whether it's mobiles or tabs or whatever, and the impacts of social media in general, or the electronic games. I think they are that big, and to make sure that everything our children are watching or practicing is for their best interest, this is a very tough task. How have you dealt with that, Virginia?
Exactly, and this is one of our two main topics in our campaign. So we have what you are mentioning is a challenge. It's for us a big support, because we are using this challenge to reach our children and the kids in our campaign.
Yeah.
So the two main focuses in our campaign is the generational gap, which you just mentioned, between the parents and children, due to the rapidly changing world we live in today. Today's children are exposed to a vast array of information and influences from around the globe through the internet, creating a disconnect between their experiences and those from their parents.
Yeah.
And this gap can lead to misunderstandings and communication challenges, making it essential for parents to bridge this gap and try to keep up with their kids' learning curve, and to support their children's mental health effectively.
You know, Virginia, what you're doing is such an example of CSR, or corporate social responsibility. There affects the positive role which can be played by the NGOs and by the charities in general, Tell me more about the concerned bodies you have contacted with to make sure that your campaign is going to be a story of success, not only a dream.
So as you just said, it's a part of the corporate responsibility, which I am an ambassador of in Germany, and this is how it all started with the campaign. So we have we have collaborations with many NGOs, schools, universities, and initiatives. As one of our latest achievements are including collaborations with the presidential initiative 1000 Golden Days, and participating in significant events such as the anniversary of the Fahim Foundation, founded by the great Nabila Makram, and holding sessions for children in Germany and in Egypt, in schools and NGOs, and also for young adults in universities.
You know, I'm asking this question in specific because I really want such campaigns to have their activities all over Egypt, and not to be centralized in certain areas or only in big cities, but to reach our children in remote areas, in the countryside, in Upper Egypt, all over Egypt. I think this should be one of your goals, if it is not already one of your goals.
It is, of course, already one of our goals, and our campaign is targeting both in governmental and international schools, and that is why also our content is adjusted to the needs of each social group we're going to, depending on their age, if they're children, young adults, or parents, and also depending on the culture and the world they live in. So, of course, it differs from students in an international school, then students in a governmental school, then students in a social club. So our content has to be adjusted effectively.
Yeah. You know, Virginia, of course, every family or all parents, whatever they are doing, they think that they are doing the best for their children. But unfortunately, sometimes it's the parents who need to be psychologically treated. For example, if I am a parent and I want my kid to be a champion, to press him or her to train a lot, to be a champion, not to enjoy his or her childhood, by this way I am abusing my child and I'm not giving him the chance to enjoy his childhood. When you've seen such situations or such circumstances, what would you do? I mean, not you in person, but I mean the campaign. What would you do in such cases?
So to actually not face such cases, usually involve the parents in our sessions, or we give them sessions separately from the kids, depending on the needs of the institution or organization we are working with, because this also gives the parents a sense of what the kids are learning, and it ensures then that the lessons learned in the workshops are reinforced at home, creating a supportive environment for the children.
Yeah. So let me put my question in other words. What are the most important challenges have you faced in your campaign, or to implement the goals of your campaign on the ground?
Of course, it is to gather both together, the parents and the kids, because sometimes it's not always, not all parents have the time to be always with the kids. Also, through to get the kids to open up, this has to be done in a specific way, with some games, with some interactive workshops, with some role playing. Also for young adults, I had to share my own experiences so they can get the courage to open up and to show vulnerability in front of others and in front of their friends.
And what about the experts or specialists who participate in such workshops or in the campaign in general? Was it easy to convince them to share, and how was their performance on the ground?
So the campaign has collaborated with specialists and experts in mental health, as Dr. Abdel Alfi, And also, it is very important for us to collaborate with the mental health specialists in the schools who are already familiar with the children they work with. We typically meet them before our sessions to gain insights into the children's needs and tailor our content accordingly.
Yeah.
This ensures that our workshops are effective and responsive to the specific requirements and needs of each group.
I think of the happiest moments you have is when you see that your campaign was fruitful on the ground, and there are some, if I may call it this way, radical changes in the lives of the children and parents, of course, who were involved into the campaign. Tell me more about this, and if you have a special situation or a special story you want to tell.
Yes, so of course, as you have said, it's one of the happiest moments when I see how the kids are interacting in the sessions, how the kids are, after the sessions, come and tell me their feedback, or even approach me through social media to ask me some questions after the sessions, or following up on what they have learned. So the children usually that have participated in our sessions, they show a big improvement in understanding the psychological impact of words and the importance of positive communication. They have usually developed greater self-awareness and empathy, which has enhanced their ability to express their feelings constructively. And we have provided them with practical tools to build their self-esteem and confidence. We have also they got to know their rights and responsibilities. They got to understand their parents' perspective and put themselves in their shoes.
Yeah.
And we have got this feedback from parents and from teachers as well, indicating that what I have just said, and that their children are more mindful of their words and actions and contributing to a more supportive and positive environment for both at home and in school.
And as we spoke about social media and this age which is filled with tech applications and stuff like that, there is a positive side of the coin. To what extent do you think that social media played a positive role in propagating for your campaign, Virginia?
So we have also done social media awareness. We have some reels or videos explaining the essentials about mental health and physical health, and some of the problems we face every day that we are not aware of because it's very common in our daily life. And we are also in the next phase including some interactive content with the kids themselves, or maybe role playing, making it even easier for the kids to understand and making it catchy for their brains.
I don't know if this question is going to be related to what we are talking about or no, but I'm really very much curious to know what are the changes you witnessed in yourself after the campaign, because this campaign, I think it's very interactive, and you are dealing all the time with people, and you are all the time, even unconsciously, learning lessons, and there are changes in your character, in your personality. What are the changes have you noticed in yourself after moving on with this campaign and dealing with so many children, so many parents, so many cases?
So of course I have got better insight in the person's psychological aspects, and also from the experiences the kids are sharing and the young adults and their parents. You get to see a lot of the world. You get to see how everyone is acting and how different everyone is acting, but as well how similar everyone is.
Yeah.
There is a common ground where everyone meets. However, everyone could meet this ground through different ways and different actions. And it just shows how we all are human. But we all have different minds and styles and ways of thinking. And I really adore how everyone is different but at the same similar.
And accepting the other is a privilege, knowing well that we can simply live together in peace, whatever are the differences, is a privilege. And I think what you're doing is really great, and you're playing such a role serving our community, Virginia. One last question, Virginia. What are your dreams for your campaign, dear?
So, of course, my dreams is to be able to expand internationally. Our main goal now is expanding in Egypt, but also not only in Egypt, in Germany. We are also in the planning phase for some sessions for young adults, as we have already done some for the kids there. It also includes reaching more schools, communities, and increasing collaborations with other initiatives and NGOs. Mm-hmm. And obviously continuously improving the workshops and the sessions based on the feedback we're getting. Yeah. And the main goal is to always have a long-lasting impact on the mental health and well-being of the children, young adults, and parents.
Virginia, I want to end with a promise that, inshallah, you're going to be our guest live here in the studio to speak in more details about your campaign, about your dreams, about the steps you are going to take, because it's a long journey and you have just started with the very few but tangible, successful steps, and we wish you the best of luck. Promise?
Thank you so much. It would be an honor.
Thank you. We were very much delighted and honored to have with us via phone Hany, the founder of Little Hands campaign, which aims at improving the psychological, mental and physical health of our children. Investing in the Egyptian character, investing in the human being is one of the priorities of our political leadership for the past decade. And it's not only the responsibility of the state, it's the responsibility of all of us, whether it's the private sector, is it the social, the civil societies, is it the charities. Well, we can all cooperate together to achieve this aim, to maintain our Egyptian identity and to guarantee a better future for the coming generations. Right after the short break, we are going to return back with more. Stay tuned.